to thank the Department of Political Science and IQAC PDM Bihali to organize this peace competition on the auspicious occasion of Human Rights Day. The topic I will be covering in my speech would be right to equality. So the basic definition of right to equality is that right to equality is a fundamental right that ensures everyone in the world is treated equally under law without any discrimination of race, caste, religion, economic background, cultural background, historical background or ethnicity. If we look back to the very glimpse of human rights that has started in the world, we could find the very starting of human rights through the Magna Carta on June 15, 1215 AD in the British Empire. And internationally, the right to equality has been recognized through the Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948 in UNO. And in India, the right to equality has stated in our constitution from Article 14 to Article 18. In Article 14, we can find equality before law. Right, Article 15 states prohibition of discrimination on behalf of race, caste, religion, etc. Article 16 states equality of opportunity in public employment. Article 17 states abolition of untouchability. Article 18 states abolition of titles to prevent hereditary privileges. Now, in my speech, I will not cover the basic definition or I will not try to cover the definitions of right to equality, but I will try to cover the sense of equality that is going on in the world or in India. If anyone asks a person, is there a real sense of equality in the world at the present scenario or in India, what could be the answer? For me, I don't think there is a real sense of equality in the world at the present moment, neither in India. And there is a definite reason behind it. The main reason that the people in the world don't feel equal is that we people don't want to be equal with one another. And there is a reason behind it. Most of the geographically impacted people in the world live in a historical amnesia of themselves, of their own history. Why I said that the mostly geographical impacted people in the world live in a historical amnesia of their own history is because if you look to the people of USA or America, then you can find that they poke their nose into our history, India's history, Eastern countries' history. They blame us for our own casteism, of our own untouchability, but they always forget the fact that what they have done in the history, what the whites have done to the blacks and Native Americans, what inhuman torture, slavery they have done to the blacks, they always forget the fact about their own history and they try to poke the nose into others' history. And quite similar things happens to us Indians. We blame the gun violence, racial discrimination of the Western countries, but we also forget the fact that our society has one of the very badly affected casteism in the world. The casteism that India has at the present moment is very ugly, and the untouchability could be still seen in our society. Now, if we talk about India, there are 14 from Article 14 to 18, we can find the right to equality. And time's up. Maybe can I take one more minute? The thing is that we people don't want to be equal. Right to equality could be prevailed through two systems. One could be the judicial system, and one could be with the people ourselves. But if you see, if we talk about prohibition of discrimination of caste and religion, there is no prohibition of caste and religion in a true sense, because we people have the most casteist people in our country. A recent incident I would like to state: a girl had to marry the corpse of her own boyfriend just because the girl was a higher caste Hindu girl and the boy was a Dalit Buddhist girl. And when the family members of the girl got to know about that, they killed the boy in the street. That is the present scenario of casteism that is going on in India. And one incident recently happened in Karnataka where many Brahmins had to drain a well and clean the well through cow urine just because a Dalit woman drank water from that well. This is the present scenario of casteism that is going in our country. And the main point that we people don't want to be equal is because of this casteism. Casteism have to be removed, and the only way we could remove this casteism that we Indians should live talking, having this misclever meetings of ourselves. Until we will have this misclever meetings of ourselves, then it will be impossible to remove this casteism. We have to talk about the depredations we have done in history. So the goal should be to incentivize people to persistent among all the obstacles. Until then, we could not be equal in our own society. Thank you.